All right, well, last week I was preaching and Adam and Susan were sharing powerfully about why they love to give and specifically to give to the ministries of this church. So we're flipping it this week. Adam is preaching and Don and Susan are sharing, and we're going to follow their lead, and Susan's going to go first.
Okay, the Susans get to go first. So, I was thinking about my earliest memory of giving, and I think I must have been about 5 years old, which is the same age that our oldest granddaughter, Mila, is right now. So I look at her and I think that's about what I must have looked like. And I dropped my quarter every week in the basket. My next memory that really stands out to me is when we were young married, and we had gone to this large evangelism seminar where there were literally thousands of Christians gathered together. And they had been praying over this family, this young family who was going to Africa to live there to do mission work. And so we were going to take up a collection to send with them. And so the baskets came around, and Don put every bit of our pocket money into that basket. And I was not impressed. And he leaned over and he said, "God will take care of us." And I thought God was taking care of us by giving us the money that we needed to get back to our hotel. And now we've just given away what God had given us. But anyway, we were dismissed. We stood up and we made our way to the aisles, and pretty soon we heard, "Dawn, Susan." And it was a couple that we had known from our college days. And they said, "Hey, let us take you out for dinner, and then we'll take you back to your hotel." And I just looked at Dawn and I thought, okay, you're right, you know. Then we, a few years later, came here to Atlanta, and we were both blown away by the generosity of this church. We had seen generosity like this before, but we had never been a part of just a church in and of itself, like just a local church that would give so generously and so sacrificially, really on a continual basis, but we really saw that happen at certain crossroads in the year, like when we would give our annual
Missions or pure religion
contribution. You know, I would always just be amazed because we'd set these lofty goals, and I think there's inside, I would never say it out loud, but I would think there's no way we're going to meet this goal. And then we would go over it. And I saw this time and time again, and so not only did I experience some crazy things personally with us, but I got to watch a lot of crazy stuff happen just here at North Atlanta. And so as I just reflect on all of this, I realized there's really two kinds of giving. There is functional giving, and by that I mean it's kind of the regulatory giving. You know, you decide you're going to give. You know, you should give. God wants us to give. I'm going to give. But then there's another kind of giving that makes that look like nothing because it's the best of all, and I call it affectional giving. It's where you give out of affection. It's your heart, where it's something you really, really want to do. And you have the opportunity to see what God is going to take something that you give, something that you trust Him with, and He's going to do something that's much bigger than just yourself.
One of the things that I love about being a part of North Atlanta and giving to North Atlanta is that we get to see things happen that the two of us want to see happen, but on our own we could never do. We could never do it. And so we love things like Anchor Ministry. We love that. But Susan and I together couldn't pull that off. Our small group couldn't pull it off. But the whole church together can do that. I see it in children's ministry. I see it in youth ministry. I see it in Catalyst. I see it in with our Fresh Faith ministry. All these ministries that we love, we've been intimately a part of, and then whatever our part is, that's the part that we get to play. Whatever our part is, that's the part we get to play. And so we give regularly. We had the people that influenced us, like Adam and Susan shared, you know, they set a minimum amount, and we said we're going to do that and more. And then, of course, when you live that way over time, it becomes a part of who you are, and you wouldn't want it any other way.